country's opioid epidemic is putting pharmaceutical companies under new scrutiny. Delaware is one of the states that recently filed a lawsuit against the pharmaceutical industry, joining 13 others. The state's attorney general is targeting the entire opioid supply chain, from manufacturers to distributors and chain drugstores. But now the industry is pushing back. Julianna Goldman is in Washington. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, more than 30 state attorneys general are investigating and negotiating with the pharmaceutical industry to try and reach a settlement over the opioid crisis. But a number of AGs have lost patience and have actually left the group to sue opioid manufacturers directly. And now there's a high-stakes campaign to get them to drop their cases and make sure more states don't sue so they can contain potential damages.
Now I can enjoy every day that I live. I can really enjoy myself.
That was the message to 15,000 doctors in 1998 from Purdue Pharma, the company that made $35 billion from the sales of the painkiller OxyContin.
The rate of addiction amongst pain patients who are treated by doctors is much less than 1%.
The company says it corrected its marketing and pled guilty to misbranding in 2007. But Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine says the company continued deceptive marketing through 2014.
If you go back 20 years in Ohio, you can see the number of pain meds prescribed in Ohio start going up like that.
Last May, DeWine sued Purdue and 4 other pharmaceutical manufacturers.
I would love for Purdue Pharma and these other drug companies to follow me around just one day. Give me one day, and I'll show you what you have done to the people in the state of Ohio.
Purdue recently tried to persuade DeWine to drop Ohio's lawsuit and negotiate instead, writing, "Litigation takes years, and the costs for both sides are significant."
There's a lot at stake for them. And so they've been very aggressive. They've lawyered up. They have hired lobbyists.
And they've opened their war chests. Donations from drug companies to political associations for state AGs have risen in the past 3 years, totaling almost $700,000 to Democrats and over $1.7 million to Republicans. Professor Paul Nolet studies state government.
So you have some of the very companies that have manufactured opioids are either under active investigation or potentially under investigation, donating tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars to these AG organizations.
The Republican AG Association told us they have an obligation to the people to hear from all sides. Their Democratic counterpart said they also hear from a wide variety of voices. The contributions are legal, but they allow companies to gain access to the AGs at exclusive meetings, golf outings, and high-end dinners. Opioid manufacturers and distributors spent over $100,000 to partially sponsor this meeting in San Francisco.
Well, that was really something else, the opening dinner last night.
And at a meeting in May, 2 opioid companies who had given the Democratic AG Association a combined $65,000 got to speak on a panel at this hotel in Oregon and told a group that they were not responsible for the opioid crisis, according to several attendees. While there are nationwide rules for congressional lobbyists, there aren't any when it comes to lobbying state AGs. Those lobbyists don't have to say how much they're being paid or who they meet with. Gayle, Purdue Pharma declined our request for an on-camera interview, but told us it is deeply troubled by the opioid crisis and is committed to working collaboratively to help solve it.
Boy, Julianna, a lot of questions and not enough answers. Thank you very much.